Thank you, Mr. President. I think everybody is aware that 2 days ago the Super Bowl was played in Houston, Texas. And I know people probably don't want to talk about that because of the outcome of the game, but that's not what I rose to speak about this morning. In November of 2015, the city of Houston, the voters in the city of Houston, voted 61% to 39% to repeal a local ordinance making LGBT status a protected class within the city of Houston. The day after that occurred, and actually all through the campaign up until that point, people said, you know, if you do this, you're going to lose the Super Bowl. You know, if you do this, you're going to lose all kinds of economic activity. And yet, the voters in the city of Houston rejected those threats and chose to pass a repeal of that ordinance on an almost 2-to-1 basis. And yet, about 14 months later, last Sunday, the Super Bowl was still played in Houston, Texas. Now, we heard last year when we passed a modest religious freedom bill that would not have impacted any such ordinance in the city of Atlanta or elsewhere in our state, that it would just it would unleash economic Armageddon. So I just hope you'll take note at what happened this past Sunday, that these empty threats are exactly that. And while we go full speed ahead on repealing the last vestiges of the Sunday laws, and while we go full speed ahead hurtling towards legalization of gambling in this state, that perhaps we could spend a little time, a little energy on protecting the basic fundamental human freedom of the right of free exercise. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield the well.